Hello and a warm welcome to our final day of coverage of the 2025 US Open, part of the HSBC BWF World Tour, coming to you live from Council Bluffs, Iowa, pretty much bang slap in the middle of the United States. And it's finals day, and you will see all 5 finals live. Is our lineup, starting with the mixed doubles, the Danes, Espersen and Kudsk, and the Thais Oupthong and Sudjaipraparat, both looking for a first World Tour title. Shu Yao-ching won the mixed crown here in 2019. Now she's after the women's doubles with Sung Yao-swan. But the Imsad sisters will start favourites. The men's doubles is an all-Chinese Taipei affair between 2 unseeded pairs. Lai and Tsai meet He and Huang for the very first time. The men's singles final could be a thriller. Ayoshetti did for top seed Cho Chen yesterday, but Brian Yang was brilliant too. Neither man has ever won a Super 300 event. And we finish with the women, a fascinating clash between home hope Bai Win-jung, twice a runner-up here, and the Indian prodigy Tanvi Sharma, fully 18 years her junior. Should be a great day, and we start, as mentioned, with the mixed doubles. Here's how the draw has panned out and has got us to this final. If you were with us yesterday, we showed you both the semis, and both the winning pairs did it very comfortably in straight games. So something has to give here this afternoon. Just a mention of the race to the HSBC World Tour finals. These are in Hangzhou in China just before Christmas. There's how it currently stands, with Puverenikro and Pao Sampran leading the way.
The number 5 seed from Denmark, Rasmus Espersen and Emily Cecilie Kudsk.
So here come the Danes. They were really good yesterday, but this is going to be, on paper at least, a tougher test against the Thais, who were also very impressive, not just in their semi-final, but they have been all week, truth to tell. Neither of these pairs has ever won a Super 300 title, so something, history's going to be made for one of them today, that's for sure. It is also, incidentally, the first time that they've met, so we've got no head-to-head form to go on, which makes it even trickier to try and predict an outcome. Say neither pair's ever won a World Tour title. The Thais have won a Super 100 event, but at this level, neither pair has been on the top step of the podium.
Black, what do you choose? Black, red for you. Black, your choice. Janisha serves. Rasmus receive on my right end. Thank you.
So the Thais have won the toss and have chosen to serve. If anything, yesterday, the far end was probably the favoured end, but there wasn't a massive amount of drift in the hall, actually. It's a really nice arena here, only built just over 20 years ago. 24 years of age, Rasmus Espersen. That 35 ranking is their best ever. They got to the final, these two, of a State Denmark Challenge event last month. And they also reached the semi-finals of the German Open. That was in March. Kudsk is a year younger than her partner. An easy victory against the number 3 seeds yesterday, as I mentioned. There you see it, just 37 minutes to beat Chen and Shu. Taken to 3 games in the first round, but since then it's been pretty much half an hour a match. So I don't think fatigue is going to be an issue as we take a look at their opponents from Thailand. Vittanapat Oupthong, that 18 ranking was 15 only last month, so they're in a good place. And that Super 100 event I was telling you about that they won was in Chinese Taipei a year ago. Sudjaipraparat's actually won a couple of minor women's doubles titles, and as a mixed doubles pair, their best effort this year, before this tournament, was getting to the semis of the Orléans Masters in March. That was another Super 300 event. Not dropped a game. Those results speak for themselves. And that's why they'll start favourite, and obviously they're ranked
Ready to play.
Significantly higher than their opponents. There's the man in charge of our opening match. It's Yassen Sarari of Mauritius. And he will be ably assisted, no doubt, by the service judge. There he is, Arne de Weert of Belgium. And just to let you know, we'll have the presentation ceremonies after each of these 5 finals. A lot of money at stake, a lot of ranking points at stake as well. The winners of the doubles, just shy of 19,000 US dollars, and almost more important in a way, 7,000 ranking points as well. Stand by then for the umpire introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Rasmus Espersen and Amalie Cecilie Kudsk, Denmark. And on my left, Ratanapak Oupthong and Jenisha Sudjaipraparat, Thailand. Jenisha Sudjaipraparat to serve to Rasmus Espersen. Love all. Play.
So here we go then. Finals day here at the US Open. First shuttle is in the air.
Service over. 1 love.
Not the most auspicious of starts, though. Well, he seemed uncertain if he wanted to challenge Espersen. He has in the end. Sort of like a deathly hush around the arena. It looked like it was okay, but Hawkeye will tell us for sure. Each pair has 2 challenges per game, and if they are correct, they keep the challenge. We didn't have a single challenge, I think, for the first 2 matches yesterday. Now we've got one on the second point. Oh, it's actually well out.
Out. 2 love.
So good challenge, which they will keep. Yeah, they really want Oupthong at the back of the court rather than
3
Sudjaipraparat. Could start this for the Danes. Oh, yes. Moved in with genuine intent.
4
big man.
love.
Oupthong was on the stretch and couldn't really get the depth he wanted, and it was an easy kill in the end.
Five love.
Well, I don't think too many would have predicted this scoreline. Okay, very early days, obviously, but nonetheless, look full of confidence, these two. Well, they're on the board, the ties.
Service over, 1-5. Service over, 6.
Well, nothing that
1.
Sudjaipraparat could do about that. This came off the top of the net. Gave her no chance. And you see it? Literally crawled over. Another example of Espersen's power.
7-1.
Look a little bit shell-shocked, don't they, those two? I think they expected the Danes to start with such purpose.
Eight, 1.
It's a bit of anger in that, wasn't there, from Sudjaipraparat?
Service over, 2-8.
And you're ranked inside the top 20. And you look at the scoreboard and you're 8-1 down, as they were, against a pair 35 in the world. It's a little chastening.
Service over, 9-2.
Going to leave that. It was a very late decision, and it very rarely happens that when you're in two minds,
10,
you can retrieve the situation and win the point. Well, who would have thought that it's going to be 11-2 the Danes' way at the mid-game interval? We've only played for 5 minutes. Astonishing scoreline here.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair. Players on court. Eleven to play.
It was the
12,
serve that did for Oupthong there. He wasn't expecting it at all. No let up from the Danes here.
Service over, 3-12.
Well, that's the kind of touch that she's noted for, generally. First time we've seen it. Little touch off the top of the net, but when they're that close to it, they almost play for it.
Five, 12.
Well, the serve picked off
Service
again.
over,
It's becoming
13,
a bit of a theme.
5.
Well, that rather
14,
symptomatic
5.
of the first 7 or 8 minutes of this contest. Hasn't been missing many of those all week. He's mid-court. It was halfway up the net. And again, not just power, there's some subtlety
15,
too from Espersen.
5.
At the moment, they're just running rings around the pair that would have started big favourites here in this final. Yeah, very good anticipation from Kudsk.
16, 5.
Big smile from Espersen to his partner after that. Well, the way she started, you'd have
Service
almost
over,
bet your house on her making that
6,
from
16.
such close range. But mistakes from the Danes so far. Fingers are one hand. And not all the fingers either.
Seven, 16. You need the doctor.
Well, just need for...
Blood injury.
Yeah, so obviously if there's a player with a blood injury, that needs to be sorted out. We can't have blood getting onto the court. I don't think it's a major problem.
40 seconds. Thank you.
Well, if they carry on playing the way they are, I might have been tempted to say it was a bloodless victory. Obviously not going to be true literally, but metaphorically, yes, because at the moment, the Thais just can't get into the contest.
7-16.
So plaster applied to Espersen's finger, and we're off again. Oh, yeah. Missed a similar shot, didn't he, a few points ago. Oupthong didn't make the same mistake there. Mid-court, and got what it deserved.
Janisha, don't squeeze the shuttle, change it. Don't squeeze it, change it.
Well, best point of the final so far.
9-16.
Just signs are starting to
10,
find their rhythm a little
16.
bit, Thai pair.
Eleven, 16.
That's 6 points in a row from 16-5 down. That's a pressure reliever, really.
Service over.
Rot has been
17,
stopped, and in no
11.
uncertain terms. Just too much angle from Kudsk.
Service over. 12-17.
Right shot, just didn't quite get the execution right. Just maybe see a glimmer here, the Thais. In the next couple of points, really put some pressure on.
Ratanapak Oupthong challengers called in.
So Hawkeye in business again here. Oh, that's close. That's very close. You can certainly see why they've asked the technology to double check this call. It's one of those where it may have just clipped the line, or it may be wide. Well, it's actually fairly plumb on the line.
One
Got to say,
remaining.
the standard of line judging has been
Service
phenomenally
over.
good.
18.
Not too many
12.
challenges have been overturned this
Play.
weekend. And they're all volunteers, incidentally.
Service over. 13-18. 14, 18. Rasmus, pause on the shuttle. Thank you.
I'd say that was a worried look from Kudsk, but it was certainly mild concern there. That huge lead they have, down to just 4 now. Oh, how's that? Shot of the day from Rasmus Espersen.
Service over. 19, 14.
Magnificent disguise, and how about that for an angle? Perfect. Oh, well, that was a little fortunate. Literally
15,
crawled over, didn't
19.
it? It's almost like the shuttle was thinking, shall I go over? Okay. To be fair, the Danes had one early on in this final.
16, 19.
But the Thais now making their opponents fight all the way here. Huge point, this. What a rally this is. Longest of the match by a distance. Oh, and for it to end like that, well, you've got to have huge sympathy, not just for Sudjaipraparat, but for a partner too.
20, game point, 16.
Absolutely no chance when that just rolled down the net. 58 shots, that rally, and it's produced 4 game points for the number 5 seeds.
Players on court. Oupthong, shuttle changed.
Difference that made. Had have been 19-17 if the shuttle had rolled back the other way. It really would have been game on. But as it is, 4 chances for those two to secure this opening game.
Service over, 17, 20.
Wrong side. And first game for the Danes, 21-17. It's taken 22 minutes, but the way that the Thais fought back, even though they were just too far behind, really, would suggest that they will still feel they can win this title. However, first blood to Denmark, they lead 1-0.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Coach. Coaches, return to your chair. Players on court.
What you'd expect.
Second game.
Oupthong
Love all. Play.
and Sudjaipraparat to come out firing here at the start of this second game. Try and make a statement of intent. Just like that.
Service over. 1 love. Service over. 1 all. Service over. 2-1.
Could have pretty much hit that anywhere.
2 all.
Espersen. That was the shot that caused the problem initially, and from that range, massive margin of error there. Again,
3,
quality touch from
2.
Espersen. Kudsk with the kill was easy, but that was the shot. To use that disguise to really telling effect in this final so far.
Thank you, Lange. Oupthong, on court. Three, 2. Service over. 3 all.
Oh, that is absolute perfection. Can't serve any better than that.
3.
Just
5,
the odd error
3.
starting to creep in here on the Danes' side.
Rasmus, show it wide. It's okay. Thank you, Lange. Service over. 4-5. Service over, 6-4.
Great retrieving by Espersen. And again. Well, it was going to go out anyway, but it was an easy kill. But there were 2 moments prior to that winner where Espersen performed heroics
6.
just to keep the Danish pair in the rally. Fine shot too to open up the court from Kudsk.
Thank you, Line Judge.
Top class again
6.
from the big man.
All. Amalie, don't show your fist to your opponent. Service over, 7-6. Eight, 6.
Well, there's a rarity, an Espersen error.
Nine, 6. Ten, 6.
Well,
11,
not quite a complete reversal of the first half of the opening game, but the tie's in control here for sure. And even midway through the second game, a decider looks very likely. 11-6 at the mid-game break.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Coach. Coaches, return to your chair. Coach. Eleven, 6. Play. Service over, 7-11.
Nicely put away by Espersen.
11.
Maybe we'll feel he should have put the first one
11.
away, but no harm done.
Quick toweling on it. On court. Service over. 12.
So that little run of
9.
3 successive points comes to an end.
Service over. 10, 12. Service over. 13, 10.
Well, you could hear the scream of delight from Sudjaipraparat as the Danes not making it easy for these two. 11-6 at the interval. I thought maybe they'd run away with it.
Fourteen, 10.
Oh, brilliantly reached. She started to move almost before the shot was played. It was a little bit of a gamble, but it paid off.
Quick toweling. On court. Sixteen, 10.
It's long.
Rasmus Espersen challenges called out.
Asking Hawkeye to check. Was a very quick signal from the line judge, so say that chances are the call was correct, but as ever, Hawkeye on the case, and it was long by distance.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Thank you, line judges. 17, 10. Play.
Well, it's good pressure from the Danes.
Service over, 11,
because
17.
the Thai pair looked to have the initiative in that rally for most of it.
Janisha, be ready to receive.
Straight down the middle, so effective.
Service over.
Homing in
18,
now on this second
11.
game, those two.
Nineteen, 11. Service over. 12, 19.
Well, that might have been going wide. Certainly gone long from Oupthong.
13, 19.
Shots. Real venom in that kill from Oupthong, and it brings up 7 game points to level this final.
Service over. 20, game point 13.
Well anticipated,
Game.
and that seals it. 21-13.
Second game won by
The ties are level,
Oupthong
and they have the
and
momentum.
Janisha
1 game all.
21-13. 1 game all. Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Coach. Final game. Love all. Play. 1 love.
Well, you would certainly think those two would be flush full of confidence after that convincing second game from their point of view. And if they can get off to a bit of a flyer here and really put Espersen and Kudsk under pressure.
Service over, 1-all. Service over, 2-1.
Get the feeling that the whole dynamic of the rallies has changed from what was happening early on in this match. Well, full marks for effort for Oupthong trying to get to that.
All. Thank you. Janisha. Oupthong, shuttle change.
Well, nice
3,
idea, but
2.
wide of that sideline. Well, that was good. That was a complete misjudgment
4,
by Sudjaipraparat. It was actually inside the line rather than on it.
Five, 2.
Oh, complete miss hit.
6,
Gotta say, I
2.
didn't see this coming in the script. I thought the ties would build on what we saw from them in the second game, but it just starts to look ragged again.
Yes. Janisha. Six, 2. Seven, 2. Eight, 2.
Well, the errors are back, aren't they, on the Thai side? It's a bizarre, topsy-turvy match. Well, that was right into her arc.
Service over, 3-8.
error, though,
Service over.
from Oupthong.
9-3.
Great little trick shot from Kudsk, and it wins the day.
10-3.
Well, 11-3 mid-game interval.
Change
Bizarre. I don't think anyone would have predicted that, the way those two fought back in the second game, but they're in big trouble now.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair. Coaches. Players on court. Rasmus. Oupthong. Amali. Amali serves. Janisha receives. 11-3. Play. Service over.
Well, it's all or nothing
11.
now for these two.
Service over. 12-4. Service over. 5-12.
Huge gap for Oupthong to play that into between the Danish pair. Oh, what an angle.
Service over.
Super shot
13.
again.
5.
Just a late turn of the wrist. I think Sudjaipraparat was thinking was going to go down the line. Espersen had other ideas.
Thank you, Langers. Service over. 6-13. Service over. 14.
A sound lead, that. Well, that's bad miss. But a shout out
Service over.
to Sudjaipraparat, who,
7-14.
middle of that rally, reacted really well when shuttle came off the top of the net. That said, Espersen knows he should have buried it.
Hold. Service over. 15-7. Yes! 16-7. Rasmus.
That's going to go well wide. And they're closing in here.
17-7. Eighteen, 7.
It's brilliant stuff from Espersen. He was hardly put a foot wrong. Even in the second game, which they lost, I think it was more to do with the rejuvenation of the tie pair.
Fault. Service over. 8-18.
Absolutely hammered
9,
from relatively close
18.
range by Oupthong. Well played.
Service over. 19-9.
Just got to keep their composure now.
Thank you, line judges. Players back on court. Janisha. Janisha on court. Hold. Service over. 10-19.
Good leave. There is a challenge, but I think it's only because they can, rather than a genuine belief that this has hit the line. Hawkeye's on the case. So, match
Challenge
points coming up.
unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 20. Match point. 10. Play.
Championship points, in fact, there are 10 of them. It's long, and that is a brilliant victory for the Danish pair. It really is. After they lost that second game, it looked as though the ties were on a roll, the higher-ranked pair. But it's a first ever World Tour Series title for Rasmus Espersen and Amelie Kudsk. And they did it the hard way, really, in the end. Exactly 1 hour, the match time. Brilliant in the first game, although they got a little scared towards the end of it. Dominated in the second, but the third,
won by
they were in charge
and
from
Amelie
start to finish.
21-17, 13-21, 21-10.
And even those who came to support Oupthong and Sudjaipraparat would have to admit that the better pair won on the day. And he's going to whack a couple of shuttles into the crowd, I think. Confirmation of the final score then, 21-17, 13-21, 21-10. Exactly 1 hour on court. So they're going to make their way round towards the presentation area. I mentioned earlier how important the ranking points were, so they're going to get 7,000 ranking points for that win, which is really going to push them up the world rankings. That was the moment. And that's what it meant. It's just a slight delay for Kudsk while she looked across to see what the line judge was going to do. As soon as he spread his arms out, she knew they were there. So we're just about ready, I think, or we will be very shortly for the presentation ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the prize presentation area as we begin the award ceremony for the mixed doubles final of the 2025 YONEX US Open. Please welcome the medalists. Our runner-up for the 2025 YONEX US Open from Thailand, Oupthong and Sudjaipraparat.
I think they'll be a little disappointed. They do look a bit dejected on that podium, and they just rather got blown away in the final game.
And let's give a round of applause for our mixed doubles champions from Denmark, Rasmus Espersen and Amelie Kudsk.
Both superb, but Espersen was just phenomenal today. Well supported by his partner. Some of his disguise shots were off the scale.
Will now be presenting the awards to our medalists. Ms. McCullough will now be presenting the medals and trophies to the players.
So the trophies will go on the mantelpiece, no doubt, back in Denmark. And the prize money, incidentally, the winners, just shy
She will now present the
of
flowers to the players.
19,000 and just over 9,000 for the runners-up, along with a host of ranking points. I said 7,000 for Espersen and Kudsk, and just less than 6,000 for the Thai pair.
She will now present the prize money check to the players.
Just in case you didn't believe me, there are the checks. Don't try and cash those at your bank, though. I think they get a smaller one.
Thank you so much, Ms. Makala. Please stay by the podium for a group photo. Thank you so much, Ms. Makala. Players, please stay for a group photo.
So we'll let the photographers take their photos. These pictures that you'll see in newspapers, magazines, and online, obviously, as well.
Thank you so much, runner-ups. Champions, please stay for an individual photo. Let's give another round
So
of applause.
congratulations again to the winners, and we are going to, after the break, move on to our second final, which is the women's doubles, and it's Xu and Sung of Chinese Taipei against the Aimsad sisters from Thailand in a couple of minutes. Very warm welcome back to Iowa. We're in Council Bluffs and we've reached our second final of finals day. It's the women's doubles. It's a Chinese Taipei versus Thailand affair. Xu and Sung up against Peñapa and